My topic. I don't know. What is my topic?
No, I don't know. And just preface, if you didn't catch our spiel in the beginning of the last episode, this is our last topic of the week. We're doing 3 topics this week because we did the AMA midweek.
True.
So just a little side note.
I'm going to give you...
Back to you.
I'm going to give you a hypothetical.
Okay.
Again, another favorite. We like top 5s and hypotheticals.
Okay.
If you could have... I'm going to give you 2 outlets because this could go one of 2 directions. If you could have any invention invented in our lifetime, what would it be? And I'll give you one. You can pick something really unrealistic that's just something cool that you've always wanted, and one that you actually think in our lifetime we'll be able to enjoy.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think, and maybe it's a cop-out, but I just think, I mean, automated cars, it's to the point where it's going to happen in our lifetimes. I mean, arguably, it could happen within the next 10 years.
Yeah.
God knows how many years
and
before that's mainstream.
That's what made me think of the topic in general.
Yeah, because my thing is that I would, as long as it's obviously you're not going overseas, I would never fly again unless I had to be somewhere like on schedule. Yeah. But the idea that I could sit in a driver's seat and program where I wanted to go and literally just sit there and bring a TV and like my Xbox and play video games while it just takes me to California or something, that would just be so sick. And I feel like it would give you a lot more possibility to, I mean, it's just, if it's that easy to travel and not that much of a pain in the ass to go from where we are in Michigan to, let's say, California, then it gives you the more avenue to travel more. Yeah. Because you're going to want to travel more because of how easy it is. Right. Because it's just like, okay, I could be sitting at my house and playing video games, or I could just take a trip to California while playing video games. Right. So it's like I'm doing the same thing, and as long as you don't get extremely car sick, which in this hypothetical, I'm going to say that our automated cars don't let you get car sick. Right. So... yeah, I think automated cars is definitely my realistic choice to the point where I think we'll have them within the next 10 years.
And the thing that I think that would trigger also is there'd be a lot, property values outside of downtown areas would shoot through the roof because now you can commute from anywhere.
Oh, yeah, commutes would not be a big deal at all.
Yeah, because you can work on your way there.
Yeah, or not only that, and let's say if you have a longer commute and it's like you have to be there early in the morning, just sleep. Yeah. Catch some extra shut-eye on your way to work, and then when you get to work, you're ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but if my commute was an hour each way and I can work during the whole time, then you truly are working a 9 to 5 because you're working while you're commuting. So it's like it really doesn't matter if you show up late or not because you've already been working and getting shit done. Mm-hmm. Or if you leave early, it's like, well, I'll just work on my way home. Yeah. And I mean, business trips, like you said, outside of the state, it's like, oh, we have a family trip, and I mean, I have to take time off. Now you don't, because you can just work while you just travel. Yeah. As opposed to like the airport or something like that, and you have to deal with checking bags and blah, blah, blah. Just hop in your car. And the other thing is the type of cars that are going to be invented are going to be completely different. Oh, yeah. Because now it's like, it's going to be all about the back seat and the comfortableness and all the bells and whistles.
It's just going to be like a car it's like a gigantic couch.
Yeah, exactly. And even stuff like when they get self-driving RVs and stuff like that, or like smaller vans and stuff. Oof,
I feel like once they establish the technology, they can just port it into so many different avenues.
Oh, yeah, easily.
And another realistic one that I think would be really cool, and diving in more into sports and TV, I think you take the possibility of technology with VR, and I think a really cool thing would be to have a VR headset and get a player's perspective. Yeah. So like
I totally agree.
Let's say, for example, I'm watching Detroit Lions, and it's like, okay, I put my VR headset on. It's like, okay, I want to see everything that Matthew Stafford sees. Yeah. So like put my headset as his point of view outside of his helmet. And I think that would be really cool because then you could port it with, let's say, even if you want to like do it with golf. Let's say you want to go. Let's say the PGA Tour is having the British Open in the UK, and it's like, okay, I want to see what Jordan Spieth says, and just kick back on your lazy boy and just watch it. Yeah, watch him play golf through his eyes and see everything that he says.
Watch someone like win a championship or something like that. Yeah, be pretty crazy. It's funny you say that because I was thinking about this the other day. I think that opens up a whole new realm of social media as well. Because Snapchat did it where they got these Snapchat glasses.
Oh, the glasses, yeah.
But if you had a VR headset for athletes or even celebrities in general, someone like Kim Kardashian, who, whether you like her or not, she's one of the biggest celebrities on the planet. Oh, yeah. If she had a camera on her where girls who follow her religiously could live her life for a day, it'd sell like fucking
that's a good point.
Wildfire.
Because then you could say that the people that you want to get a perspective of, they could like charge it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that would be a gigantic business venture for them.
And also for celebrities, it's just another basically PR rep for them, where they can be like, well, this is what I have to go through. Like, because the problem with social media is a lot of people who are famous will say, oh, you can't walk a mile in my shoes. Boom.
Done.
Put on a set.
Yeah.
Walk a mile in my shoes. See how much it fucking sucks sometimes.
Yeah. Just get mauled by paparazzi.
Not only that, but I also think TV shows, as crazy as it might sound, I wouldn't be surprised if someone starts making TV shows about like where you go into someone's skin.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having a show about a character, go live the life of a character who's in a reality.
Yeah,
I don't know if it would work or not. I don't know if it'd be popular or not, but I could definitely see someone taking the plunge and saying, because they did some movie that was all POV. I can't remember what it was called.
Like Killer Henry or like Crazy Henry or something like that. Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
And I never saw it, but a lot of people liked it a ton.
Really?
And
I would worry about getting sick.
That's kind of where I'm at too. But if you had a camera that was stabilized, but it was someone real, because the thing is, they could do this now with fictional characters. But if it was someone that was real and it was all reality TV, because I'm not a huge reality TV person, but for a lot of people,
oh yeah,
it makes fucking buku bucks if you put people with their perspective, literally their perspective. Oh man, I mean, you don't even need a camera crew anymore. It's just, hey, go be yourself.
And with VR, like when you usually get sick, at least for me, and it seems to be more of a common thing with the majority of people that play VR, it's whenever the camera, like let's say you're on a VR headset, and just the first example that comes to my head is that Luge game that's on PSVR.
Right.
For me, I never get sick if I'm controlling the movement.
No,
like when I played Resident Evil in VR, shout out to way early back in our channel. I did the whole entire playthrough, but I never got sick, and I played that game for upwards of like 2 hours at a time, and I never got sick because I was controlling the movement.
That's
whereas
fair, yeah.
any car driving game I tried, and there was another demo, I think it was like Drive Club or something, a demo on PSVR that I tried, and like I said, the Luge game, oh man, I got pale as a ghost real quick, and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's definitely, I wouldn't be like pumped for stuff like that personally, but I could see it working for sure.
And there's already like events where you can have VR headsets where it's almost like you're in the stands.
Like on Facebook, there'll be concert videos.
Yeah.
And you can like tilt your phone and see it. And I'm like, that we've already seen little bits and pieces of that. Mm-hmm. And it is like, I watched those videos. I'm like, this is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like being at a concert and just looking around and seeing the crowd and they're all interacting. Like even if it was a pre-recorded thing, it's still cool.
Yeah. And to see like, because I think I remember maybe I forget what I was watching, but there was this thing where it was an event where you could stream it on your VR. Maybe it was like the NBA Finals or something.
Yeah.
Where you put your VR headset on and they would put you almost like in this lounge with other people that were watching.
Oh, really?
Yeah, watching the event. Maybe I'm just thinking of this.
It might have been I know the finals did do a VR event. I don't know what it was like though.
Yeah, I just remember seeing something where like you were in a group of other people that were doing it, and you were seeing them.
And I will say, my roommate and I both have the Oculus, and we played a game, and you can like wave to each other.
So I remember watching you guys play it. That shit is hysterical.
And it's fucking like, it's almost like weird. And I remember
with how the Oculus is, it's nuts how realistic it is, especially with the hand controllers. That shit's nuts.
And I remember the first time I played someone online in the Oculus, and you talk to him through the mic in your ear, and it's just like,
you're legitimately there.
Like, hi.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, no shit.
It's a very surreal feeling. So the more you can do that in more avenues, I think the more money you can make. But is there any invention that is like fucking out there that you'd want to have made?
I mean, the first one that's probably would never happen, at least in my lifetime, that comes to mind would be teleportation.
Yeah.
But they're always like the common joke. I definitely wouldn't want teleportation if it ends up where I teleport to Europe and it's like, oh, that's cool, but I got a fucking arm going on in my head or something.
Roll the dice.
Just gamble. I'd rather be to Europe in 2 seconds than have the chance of an arm going on in my stomach.
Yeah, teleportation would just, I mean, you want to talk about revolutionizing the entire world with one invention. That, I think, would be number one on everyone's list. Because goodbye taxis, goodbye
just
airfare,
so much things, many things.
It would bring everyone to their knees, to the point where I don't think anyone would invest in it because they don't want it to happen.
Pollution would never be an issue unless you have some sort of emissions with teleportation. Teleportation farts, they all build up. Another one that not necessarily would be unrealistic, but I think would be really cool in the video game industry. And I think I've seen clips of this actually like coming to fruition, but I'm talking more mainstream to the point where you can put it in your living room. A platform, and the one I saw, I think the demo video that I saw.
Is this VR related?
Yeah, but it's like you move as the character.
You can buy those now.
Really?
Yeah.
So that like they strap you in and you're like moving on a platform stuff?
You just get these little socks that you put on and you're good to go.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of pricey.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I think the idea of it is really cool, but I don't know how practical it is.
Yeah, well, it depends on the type of the bulk of the technology that you have to get. But for me, like even if it was like a regular game like FIFA, or my number one game that I want to play is like something like Call of Duty, or like something like PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. You play that in VR and you're on I mean that would be with how big PUBG is, that would be a lot of running. But a game like Call of Duty where you would run, like duck behind cover and like actually shoot people with like a controller and stuff, that would be so cool.
Because the thing is, I think something like that is sick. Don't get me wrong, but what I think that they should do is get like a warehouse, put obstacles around, and then do augmented reality.
Oh, okay.
So instead of having like, oh, I put my goggles on, you're just sitting there and everything's a giant screen and it's just hologrammed. Holy shit, I have a fucking M16 cool. And now I can run around and jump over shit and shoot. And instead of, oh, I'm shooting real projectiles, nope, I'm just augmented. I can see and I'm like actually shooting.
You see that the Mario Kart VR that they have? I forget, is it in China or Japan?
I think it's in Japan.
Yeah, probably because that's where Nintendo's originated. But yeah, I saw the VR and it's like you hold up your hand, you can have like items and shit and throw it, and the graphics like look legit.
Yeah,
and you have VR headsets in these little carts.
Yeah,
that shit would be so much fun.
I definitely think I mean, VR's only, we've talked about this before. We're at the worst VR will ever be right now.
Yeah.
It'll only get better. And it's not like we've talked about it before. Is it gimmicky? Is it here to stay? Whatever. I still think they need to bring the entry level price down because not everyone has one. But they have to turn a profit. So this is exactly what they're doing. It's going to be expensive for a while. But the fact that Oculus already dropped their prices just makes me believe that that's not because they aren't making money. It's because they can afford to get more in people's hands, and then they're going to start bringing content full force.
Because, I mean, oh, shit, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, because like it gets to a certain give and take because the more you lower the price, the shittier it's going to be. Obviously, that's why the Oculus, I mean, it's the most... Is the Vive more expensive? Or is
Vive is more expensive.
Vive more expensive.
Especially now that Oculus dropped its price.
Okay, yeah, fair. But even like the Oculus is still pretty expensive, and I have the PSVR and you have the Oculus, and I remember playing the Oculus for the first time, having played the PSVR for so long, and just thinking, holy shit. Like, and obviously it's running through a PC.
Yeah.
So naturally it's going to be higher tech.
Right.
Like if you were to have an Oculus, although that's probably why they priced it higher, is because it's capable with a PC.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I honestly think VR should be on a PC for the most part.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I was still very impressed with how PSVR
is sick too.
Yeah, how well they were able to do their games.
And Xbox is going to do it too. So maybe the console versions will be sweet. The thing is, like, so there's a company that makes this like augmented gardening thing. It's really cool. It's $2,000. It's really expensive, but they're like, it's $2,000 because we had a lot of startup fees and we need to get all that money back, and then we'll drop the price down. That's exactly what VR has done.
Nice.
So what PSVR had to do, you have to do it as a business. You have to cover up your startup fees. Oculus got bought out by Facebook. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But
you want to talk about getting some serious capital.
Yeah, and get some serious backing. Okay, sick. You still need to make up how ridiculously expensive all that R&D was.
Yeah.
So now that they're dropping the price, that's not them in trouble, financial trouble, saying, oh, we need to flip units. It's them saying, all right, we can drop it now because we have enough of our money gotten back. Let's release some serious shit now.
Yeah. R&D, in case you didn't, research and development, right?
Yeah.
Is that the acronym? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think definitely VR, I mean, it's because I've gone back and forth with it because I've heard people's arguments to the point where they talk about how it could be seen as a gimmick and it's not, like, maybe certain companies, depending on how well their sales are,
right, and Oculus,
how much they'll invest into it.
Oculus and Vive didn't hit a lot of the targets it wanted to.
Yeah,
but so did Xbox at one point.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at Sony PSVR specifically.
Yeah,
a lot of people thought that they were gonna, because almost like how the Xbox did with the Kinect.
Right.
I mean, they literally just dropped it completely.
Yeah,
and they came out and said it's like we tried and no, it didn't catch on, so we're just dropping it completely.
Right.
You can't even get a Kinect anymore with like a newer Xbox. You have to buy like a used version, obviously. But the PSVR in particular, one would say that like maybe before E3, which is, if you don't know what E3 is, it's this big convention where all of the biggest game developers and game companies come and unveil their newest games that are coming out in the future. And they were making all these arguments where it's like, oh, is PlayStation going to do the same thing that Xbox did with Kinect? But then they went to E3 and the PlayStation's conference. They had a whole like 20-minute section siphoned off for PSVR.
Yeah.
So it's like, clearly they are not going anywhere with this, as in they're not taking it away. They're just still investing in it.
And the strides that they've made with VR in terms of content all across the map, from the smallest of games to the biggest, has been so much faster than anything the Kinect ever did.
Yeah.
Same with like the PlayStation Eye toy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a different realm of capability that I'm not really that worried about it. It just takes time.
Yeah, and it still blows my mind. And it's to the point where a little awesome antidote, the capabilities of VR. I remember I first got PSVR for Christmas, and my uncle, if you don't know, I think I've mentioned it sometimes before in a previous episode, but my uncle has cerebral palsy, and it makes it really hard for him to move around and walk. And he sat in his walker, and I put the PSVR headset on him, and he did this one where he didn't have to move. It was like a tour type game where you were in this like one of those gated off cages in the ocean, and it's like you're seeing all these fish, these coral reefs, and then it was like this mission where you encounter with the shark, and cerebral palsy, a guy that would never dream of doing all these things, put on a VR headset. Yeah. And he could fly. He could drive a car. He could ride the luge, or what was the other one? There's like a target shooting game, but then like obviously the one that with the ocean was so unique because he didn't have to do anything. It was like a tour thing, and he just absolutely loved that. And just watching that, it almost like brought me to tears just because of how awesome. Like, people rip on technology all the time, and how like advancement into it, how much we're attached to it and dependent on it to a certain extent. But it something like this,
it's priceless.
It's not even close. Like, I don't even give a shit if it's $2,000. To see his look on his face after he took that off and how blown away he was.
If you told him like 20 years ago, like you're gonna scuba dive,
no shit.
I mean, he would laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he got to do it.
Yeah, and the fact that you would have, and all you had to do was just put it on his head, put some headphones in.
And anyone that says like, oh, like how realistic does it feel? Just try it.
Yeah.
Because the second you put it on, it's a very, very come to Jesus moment.
Shit blew my mind.
Yeah. Even the intro screen to setting up the Oculus, I'm staying there like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Because I remember the game on the PSVR demos, it was, or PSVR Worlds, it was that one where it was like that box game where you try to move your head and hit the ball. Yeah. And it's like you look down and it's like this arena where you're in the center of this huge globe. You look down, it's legitimately like a fucking drop, like a cliff, and you look down, it's like, holy shit,
dude! Like, I don't want to step there.
No, and it's like if you have let's say the lights off in your room, because the PSVR, the Oculus is a lot better in covering like the bottom of your eyes.
Yeah.
But the PSVR, there's a little light there if you have some light on. But if you turn off the lights, shit, you are legitimately
you're in there,
completely immersed, and it just blows my mind how. And it's one of those things like we always talk about, common everyday occurrences that blow your mind. Just VR in general, the fact that it can look that good
and feel like you're there,
100% real, it's just nuts.
Yeah. The only other thing that I can think of that would be like crazy that I don't think is possible, time travel.
Time travel?
Yeah. I would do that shit so
would you have the
fast.
caveat that, so you'd be able to go in the future and the past?
Ooh, future, I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking past.
Yeah, because like,
I don't care about going in the future.
Really?
No.
That'd be tough because it's almost like...
I mean, now that you say that, I would definitely do it, but I've never... So there was this like question. This question was posed to Bill Nye, and basically the way he described it was, if you invented a time travel device, you could only be able to time travel back to when it was invented.
Yeah.
That's
a good point.
Which logically makes sense, right? So let's say theoretically it's possible. Let's say that it's already been invented since the beginning of time, whatever. I would much rather go back and learn about... Like, I would love to relive how everything came to fruition and how we got to now, as opposed to seeing what happens in the future.
Give it off the top of your head. One time period that you would go back.
Medieval, boom, done.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Game of Thrones, 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
just become the most badass swordsman. It's just like back in that day.
Oh fuck!
If you're good with a sword, you can literally walk around anywhere. It does not matter.
I'm not even gonna mess with the sword. I'm bringing so much heat back from the future.
Bring a fucking M16
I'm
or
just
a
gonna
rocket
show
launcher.
up with a fucking Barrett 50 cal, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna duel this guy," and I'll be like, "Okay, well, give me a chair and a table. And I'm gonna sit here with this thing that you have no idea what the fuck this is, and yeah, let's duel."
Yeah.
Oh my God! You're in 20 different pieces. Ooh.
Or like the Battle of the Bastards in Game of Thrones.
I'm pretty
like
sure
one of those turrets.
I'm pretty sure I just became a king. So
yeah, I'm the king of the world.
Yeah.
That would probably. You want to talk about the butterfly effect?
Nah, dude.
No, that wouldn't affect the past at all. Bringing a Barrett 50 cal back to the 1500s.
But dinosaur time. Oh
yeah.
Man, I'd bring my camera back. Obviously.
Yeah. Hopefully not get eaten, but
no dinosaurs. I mean, that would be pretty fucking awesome. There's just so many questions I would have that I would want, because I would like to verify everything. Like, oh, did a meteor really take out all the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
And just be there to watch it unfold.
You could actually see humans riding dinosaurs, because that's what actually happened.
Right, exactly.
Everybody knows that the world is 2,000 years old.
I could see the first human
6,000.
tree, the tree that made all the humans.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
No, see the first. I mean, you would see the birth of the universe legitimately.
Yeah.
That would be really fucking cool.
That would be cool.
Other than that, though, I mean, it would be cool to go back to like the 1800s, see like Lincoln or something. Save Lincoln. That would be cool.
There you go. Go to the Ford Theater. Hey, Lincoln, watch out, dude.
No, I'd be right there. I'd wait for John.
And then you just tackle Wilkes Booth off the balcony.
Oh, for my country.
Yeah. He saved the president.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah, I would do that. That would be dope. JFK too. I would save everyone's assassinations.
There you go.
That'd be cool. MLK too.
Nice.
No, I
all the big ones, all the good ones,
all the big ones, all the hits, all the good ones. No, I think it'd be cool to just relive history firsthand, because it's literally the only thing you can't do.
Would you rather be able to interact with people, or be a fly on the wall type thing?
No. If I had time travel, like as we were joking about with like the dual thing, I would rather just be able to go there and just experience it.
Just be a ghost.
Because the thing is, if you can go back in history and change things, there's so much fucking responsibility with that.
Yeah.
Because you can go back and you can stop someone from dying. But what happens when you find out that you didn't stop someone else from dying? You're going to go back and fix that too? Because literally everyone that has died up until this point, you can save all of them.
Yeah.
Every single time. I would rather just see how things unfolded and then come back and be like, guys, I'm about to blow your minds.
Yeah. Last thing.
Everything you think you knew, nope, wrong.
Nope, it's all
100%,
wrong.
It's all wrong.
It's all done.
Big popcorn is way bigger deal than we ever thought.
Yeah. They're going to be the conglomerate that runs the world.
Shit. Yeah.
Orville Redenbacher,
yeah,
corrupt as shit.
But like even, I mean, World War II, you want to talk about just, again, we've talked about it before. It's not that like I enjoy dark shit, but just to really appreciate even the darkest of times and see things unfold and be like, holy fuck.
Or be that guy's like, hey, you guys, there's this guy over in Germany. His name's Hitler. You might want to go get him.
Yeah, if I could leave like hints.
Yeah, like little breadcrumbs, just like a little note.
Hitler bad.
Yeah.
You guys think we should do something about that?
We should move on this. The one last thing I was thinking of would be probably unrealistic, at least in our lifetime. Probably much more years down the road, but like a spaceship to the point where it was almost like a car, where you could go like just fly off of Earth and just go wherever you wanted anytime you wanted, and it wasn't like a rocket or a rocket ship to the point where it was like a big deal anytime.
So you want to go to space?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no desire whatsoever because
I just think it would be absolutely mind-blowing.
I'm terrified. Like for me, the worst possible death on planet Earth would be to be in space in a spacesuit and just drifting forever.
That would be
because
pretty rough.
Nothing can stop you because there's no matter to stop you. So you're just tilting and turning forever and ever until either
it's like Toad in Mario Kart.
Yeah. And you're just nope. But like you literally go forever
this sucks.
until you combust, die of starvation or thirst, or like run into something and you implode.
You want to talk about all-time fears. One of my
and and by the way, it's dead fucking quiet.
That was where I was going to go with it because I've had so many, and that's why. Spoilers. Have you seen? Did you watch the new Insidious trailer? Oh,
I did. Yes.
That part where, I mean, it's a trailer, so spoilers for the trailer. Okay, I've had enough time. The part where the ghost or the monster or whatever takes the key and like puts it in her throat and like turns it, and she's trying to scream but she doesn't make any noise. That shit absolutely terrified me when I saw that because that was one of my all-time fears when I was a kid, and still now. Because I mean, you want to talk about nightmares that I've had. One thing that sticks out. I mean, this is for probably a topic for another day, but quick nightmare anecdote where I was outside at our old house. I was on a deck, and I was outside and I like fell and hurt my leg or something. And then I tried to get up, but I was on the ground and I couldn't move. And then all of a sudden I saw like all these, I can't remember if they were bees or wasps or just some sort of bugs like that were coming at me. And I tried to scream, and it was like, I screamed at first, but then it was like the Insidious trailer where I got quieter and quieter to the point where my mouth was open and I was trying my best to scream, and nothing was coming out.
That's a classic nightmare.
Oh my God,
and you can't run fast enough and you can't yell loud enough.
Yeah, like, or when you're not even loud enough to the point where you are exerting so much energy to try and scream and nothing's coming out.
Yeah.
And you could probably link that to my claustrophobia because just that constraint thing of trying to do something but not being able to do it.
Right.
That's probably, you could just link as a general fear of mine. But yeah, just nightmares would be terrifying.
So back to space.
Yeah, back to space.
Yeah, I think space is cool, and I think if I was guaranteed safety, I would obviously do it because it would be fucking wild.
Yeah. But another cool technology, you want to talk about nightmares and dreams, to maybe like wear a headset in your dreams. You could record your dreams.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Or
because I mean, it's the common known thing where as soon as you wake up, boom, everything that you dreamed is gone.
I figured out my number one device without a doubt. I can't believe, because I've always said this.
Okay.
If I could have a device where I could selectively remove memories.
Ooh.
Because if you can't catch where I'm going with this, find your favorite TV show. Find your favorite movie, watch it.
Oh, there you go.
Gone. And just leave yourself a little note. Because if you know that you're going to do it, then you're like, okay, I know that I wanted to forget a certain movie. And then I'd look at it and be like, oh, what's this? Wow, that movie's really good.
Yeah.
Pff, gone. Let me watch it again. You could watch the same thing over and over forever.
Yeah. I remember I was in a class in college, in a psychology class, and my professor talked about lucid dreaming. You ever heard of lucid dreaming?
Yeah. Have you done it before?
I've never. I used to be able to do it as a kid. I don't know if I've ever tried it like recently, but I used to be able to wake myself up when I was.
Really?
Yeah, because when I was having like a dream or a nightmare, what I would do is that I could not move and like do certain things in a dream, like lucid dreaming, to the point where you could literally do whatever you want if you're good enough at lucid dreaming. And my thing is that I could blink really hard. Like blink my eyes really hard, like 2 or 3 times, then I would wake up while I was dreaming.
That's interesting.
And my professor told me this batshit crazy story where he had one of the students approach him after class because he gave the same spiel to another class, and he really wanted to try and see if he could do it. Or he didn't want to try. He told the professor that he does this like almost every night, and then the professor wanted to test him to it, so he told him before he went to sleep, he gave him a specific way to move his eyes, because obviously that's the only way you can communicate when you're sleeping.
Right.
Like to move your eyes, like do it left twice, right twice, whatever pattern he designated. And he went to sleep and just did it perfectly. And it was just like he did the exact formation and exact like routine that he wanted him to do. And he told that story, and that was just batshit.
How does he know he was asleep though? Couldn't he have just been awake and just done it?
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he was hooked up to something.
And if he was a psychology professor, I'd assume that he knows how to tell.
Yeah.
Like he probably has a monitor that tells you, but.
Let alone he probably wouldn't tell this story to a bunch of college kids if you didn't know it was for sure.
Yeah, because I feel like, I would just, I'm doing it.
I'm totally asleep.
Oh, God, I just woke up. What happened? Did I do it?
Did I do it? Oh, I had no idea.
I've definitely lucid dreamed before, but it's never been for very long.
Yeah, it's like bits and pieces, right?
Yeah.
It's
again, it's not one of those things where it's like, I'm going to jump 80 feet, whatever, fly, blah, blah, blah. It's always something really lame.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some pretty crazy dreams. I think I have one of those as my topic.
Would you rather have a good dream and wake up from it and realize it's not real, or have a bad dream and realize it's not real?
100% bad dream.
Yep, same here.
because I've had this multiple
times. I think
times.
that's a hot take too. I think a lot of people would rather have a good dream. I would much rather be terrified for my life and wake up and be like, holy fuck, I'm glad that I didn't forget my taxes or something like stupid, like you're freaking out that something was due and you didn't do it.
Because like, especially even fucking last night, I had a dream where I got arrested for something, and it was totally realistic.
Here's the shitty part though. When you start dreaming about stuff like that, then you start to freak out because you're like, is this like a premonition?
Like a deja vu just waiting to happen.
Yeah,
and I remember especially those dreams that are so realistic, and to the point where last night it was one of those dreams.
Oh, fuck that, dude.
I was totally convinced that I was getting arrested and my life was just over.
Yep.
And I wake up and I'm just like, holy shit, I'm so glad that that's not a real thing.
That's total side note too. Deja vu fucks my head.
And it's so funny because it just comes out of nowhere. We were at GameStop the other day, and like when you were looking through the Xbox games, and then it's even something like where you're sensing it in the process, and yet you still say something,
and it's still going, and you're like, this is money right now. The worst is when you say something, then it starts to click, and someone responds
with the same thing,
and
you
knew
thinking.
Exactly what they're gonna say.
Yeah,
dude, that
gives me just nuts.
That gives me chills to think about. I'm just like, am I Jesus? Is this what's happening? I don't know.
Am I Jesus, Brian? I might be Jesus.
Wait,
psychic.
and the best is when you're sitting there and it's just like there's nothing going on behind the eyes.
Yeah,
like it's like everything, the world just stopped for 30 seconds while you figure out, holy fuck,
I've done this before.
And then you got to think about, okay, what's going to happen next? Because I know that something's going down.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm either going to fly or ruin this family's picnic.
I'm pretty sure I get $10 million. I get $10 million.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. I hope it does.
Let's go. Do it.
Hey, you ruined our picnic. Psychic.
Psychic.
Shout out Family Guy jokes.
But yeah.
Any other inventions?
I can't think of really anything. I mean, there's always like adaptations for stuff that I think would be cool.
The record the dreams thing, I take back everything I said. That is number one on my list because I remember thinking about that a while back. I can't believe I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, that's how I am with the forget a certain memory.
Yeah.
That would be hands down numero uno.
Yeah, record dreams, whether they're dreams or nightmares. And just to view that from like a perspective, whether you're recording it, like to put like a DVD in of your dream, I feel like that'd be so cool.
It's pretty interesting too. Has anyone had a dream where they're not in the perspective of themselves?
Like you're looking over like a fly in the wall type thing?
No, like you are somebody else.
And you're interacting with yourself?
No, just in general.
Oh, just in general?
Yeah, like you're just somebody else. Because it seems like in a dream, you're already in like a hypothetical world.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be somebody else? Ever. I'm talking literally ever.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, because I understand like you see through your eyes and that's the only perspective you'll ever have your entire life.
Probably something with how the brain functions.
Which would make sense. I just find it interesting that I've never heard of someone having a dream where it's like, oh, I was Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
Like in a dream world, you'd think that at some point that might have happened. You might have had a dream where you like have a different job or you are somebody else in general, but not literally a different body.
Yeah, no, that's true. Dreaming in general, I mean, pun intended, blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like just the human brain literally is just absolutely mind-boggling. Pun intended again.
My bro.
It's impossible to not have a pun when you talk about how crazy the brain functions.
Yeah.
But yeah, just dreaming in general, I mean, that's probably, I mean, this topic's gone all over the place, but it's just awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, recording dreams, hands down, number one.
Or forgetting memories from it's music too.
Yeah.
Oh, this album. Well, I mean, I guess with music, it doesn't really bother me as much.
It's harder with it's definitely different than TV shows and movies because like Game of Thrones is always awesome, but like if you're listening to a same song over and over again, like even I mean, there's definitely certain songs where I don't care how many times I listen to it, it's still amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah, there's songs that I get sick of, but you have to be in the right mood still.
Yeah.
Whereas with certain, like if I could, I'm trying to think of a good example, like Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, Family Guy, South Park. If I could rewatch those for the first time, every single time, oh man, that'd be great.
Yeah, and not be on my 10th run through Family Guy seasons.
Or like if you're sitting on a plane or something, and you have a long ass commute or long ass travel, bring one movie with you.
Yeah,
watch it 10 times in a row.
Man, that was a great movie. Boop. Man, that was a great movie.
Let's start her up. Let's see what I got on the docket.
The guy next to you, dude. Didn't you just watch that movie?
I did.
I don't think so. This is my first time watching it.
Wait, is it good? You want to watch it too?
Is it good? I wish I could teleport my forgetting memory power to you.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So yeah, it was a great topic.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Word.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Real Talk with Tom and Joey, episode 9, correct? Yes, episode 9. Every single weekday here on youtube.com/TJENT at noon Eastern Time. Tom and I bring 2 random topics of discussion to the table for your entertainment, while most importantly keeping it real, even though it was you brought 2 and I brought 1 this week.
Yeah. Well, you did 1 on your own.
So. Yeah, there we go. That's a good point. If you enjoy what we do, head over to patreon.com/TJENT, where you can donate to us, or support us with $1, $2, $5, or $10 and get some sick-ass rewards, including these dope stickers. Or you can get the show early, or if you donated $5, you can suggest a topic for us to talk about. Like something about dreams, nightmares that turned
something
into.
Cool, yeah.
But if they don't want to watch us on YouTube, what can they do, Tom?
Head over to iTunes podcast app, which I use, or just go to SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.com/TJENT. You can kind of notice a pattern with our URLs.
Yep.
That was on purpose, believe it or not.
Nice.
Give us a review or subscribe on iTunes, and a subscribe on iTunes.
Review would help too.
Yes, review would definitely help.
Yep.
Get us into more eyes and ears, because that is always huge. We want to spread our content as much as possible because we're doing our best here.
Just shove us in everywhere.
Yeah. Tell us your friends about us.
Yes.
Which we've had a few people contact us and told us that.
That's nice.
Brad Van Adder, shout out. One of his buddies in New York always watched our Game of Thrones episodes.
Yep, that's really nice.
And that was really dope. So if you want to spread us around, tell your friends about us, that'd be really cool. We'd be the coolest kids in school. So if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. Thanks for joining, everybody. This has been Real Talk with Tom and Joey, episode 9. And we will see you all next week on Monday with another episode of Sister Straight Gaming.
See you guys.
Thanks, everybody. Peace.